Hello guys and welcome to the Ball Talk podcast. I'm Jay Clark and with me today I've got the one, the only, Ben White, the FIFA man.
What?
And last but not least we've got the lean, mean gambling machine, Jack Ritchie.
You alright?
We've got a fair amount of topics to cover today, including Sarri's fate at Chelsea, whether Ole Gunnar Solskjaer warrants a long stay at United, and numerous other footballing topics. You know, we often have ridiculous discussions about football, so we thought we'd air them out to the public. Ben's just here for the sake of being here. Couldn't get anyone else in, if I'm honest. So tell them a bit about yourself, guys. Richie?
I'm known on PS4 for being Terrier's Jack, but link will be in the description. I support Huddersfield Town. I play football six-a-side in real life as well. I'm a goalkeeper because I can't play anywhere else because I'm crap. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Ben?
Well, I support ECFC. Season ticket holder, go every week, home and away. Been to a fair few dodgy grounds.
He's a dodgy geezer.
That's about it. Yeah. Old shop being one of them.
And obviously,
Terrible facilities.
anyone returning knows who I am on this channel. I do Football Manager videos, Simpleton Gaming. Yeah, Cardiff Conundrum. Check it out. Nice shameless plug there. But I think we'll get on to our first topics. Obviously, first topic we'll be doing is the diving controversy when Dwight Gale flung himself when, well, he didn't get touched. Got awarded it 2-2. Forest dropped the points. West Brom salvage one. What do you think, guys? Starting with you, Ben.
Well, I think at the end of the day, you had two or three players running at him. He's not just going to stand there and take a hammer in. He jumped out the way. He had a lot of adrenaline, obviously, and the referee gave it as a penalty. That's the end of it.
Yeah, but it's becoming too much of that nature that as soon as you get touched in the penalty area, you fall down.
You can't be going down without
Referee or the
contact.
players?
You know, there wasn't even contact.
There's a referee in.
I don't agree with the rule that
Correct.
even if there's a tiny bit of contact, they can go down. Let alone no contact whatsoever. So I think he's right
But
to
it's
get
in the
charged.
moment.
He's right to get
It's in the
charged.
moment.
That's fine, but this current day and age, it seems to be becoming okay for players to be going down with little to no contact, which I don't think's right. Back in a couple of years ago, players would get loads of contact and not go down. It just
You
seems
could get absolutely
to be
mullered in that
ridiculous
box.
now. Yeah.
But I don't agree with Ramsey saying it was out of context as well, because it wasn't. He dived.
A dive's a dive, he shouldn't be defending it.
You know, he wanted the penalty.
Mm.
So I just think it happens too much in the modern game. I can see where you're coming from, Ben, but I don't agree. I think we'll have to agree to disagree.
It
on
might
that.
not all be Dwight Gale's fault. If he has
Oh no,
moved
to be honest,
to try and get out of the way and gone down, then maybe that isn't all his fault. But then the referee needs to be spotting that. But once again, that's another issue with the refereeing.
I think in this day and age in football as well, you're told as a player to hit the ground, even if you know if you're in the penalty area and it looks like you could get a pen out of it, you're going to go down. I can see where he's coming from, but
They're going for the pens more than just the general play these days. To be honest, trying to continue with the ball. Like if they get to contact, they'd rather go down than continue with the ball and try and score that way. It seems.
but then do you think VAR next year is going to solve all of this, or?
Absolutely.
I'm not-
They need it across all the top leagues and all the big games.
Because the only problem I have with VAR is when I watched the Saints game a couple of weeks ago against Derby, they disallowed a goal that should have been a goal, and then allowed a goal that should have been disallowed using VAR.
It just needs a lot of work still. Like
Yeah.
you think after the World Cup, like you would have thought they've had a while now to sort this out. They're slowly putting it in, but it just seems like some of these games taking minutes at a time. It's taking the enjoyment out of the game. So you're watching there, and then you're like, oh, it's gone in, and then you're like, is that actually gone in, or is they just gonna? You don't
Yeah.
even know. It's just taking the fun out of the game completely.
Thing is, they say, what is it? Is it something like 38 different angles? And
Yeah.
obviously, how can they not get decisions right with VAR. How? The amount that
I
goes
agree
into it.
in the sense that I feel the referees need help, but it doesn't necessarily. I feel that it's VAR's bad, but there is. I suppose they are doing something about it because the referees are struggling at the moment. I feel so.
Yeah.
I suppose something's got to come in to help with that.
See, it's supposed to be a tool for the refs to use, but I don't think the
Yeah.
refs should be having to go up to the little monitor. I think you should be getting, the third eye verdict of them going, yeah, well, it was a foul, or it should have been a
Yeah.
goal, or
That's the thing. You've got about four of them, or what, more than that,
yeah,
watching that replay, telling him.
too many
So I don't
profs.
understand if they're watching it and then making their decision or whatever, and then turn around and telling him to then go over to the screen when they've watched it about 5 times, four of them.
I think too
Which
many
I don't
cooks spoil the
seems
broth,
a bit. Yeah.
but they
The
do need
speed,
to
it's got to be better
mainstream it.
speed with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Ben? You got any thoughts on VAR at all? And obviously,
I think they should definitely bring it in.
linking it into the Gale incident.
They need
I
it in
think-
all across big games, definitely.
I think it would stop things like this happening. And
Exactly.
players, I think
Few
they should be
minutes here and
stricter.
there.
I think if you dive in, it should be a straight red.
Problem with that is I don't completely agree with that.
deceiving
There
some
does need to be more of a punishment, definitely. There needs to be a bigger fine or match bans. I feel could be a big
Yeah.
part in that. If they're found to be diving, give them a 1 match ban, put it in slowly, nothing too extreme, but I guarantee that would cut it down.
I think the only
They
thing
just
I could
throw it
probably
around.
say about that though is obviously sometimes you do just go down sort of accidentally. I mean, we've played football before. Sometimes
Yeah.
you do just fall, and whether that could be sort of taken as a dive or depends where you are, obviously. But it's such a grey
But then,
area.
if they're given the ban after the match, they can look at that and then realise he's just gone down. It doesn't look like
Yeah.
he has dived, and then not issued it.
So
So,
I
which
think it
feel-
should be after the matches. Well, like what's happened with Gale.
Yeah.
But then
You could see that
obviously,
with Gale though. 2, 3 big players all round him.
oh yeah, but
That doesn't mean it's right though, Ben.
Jumping away.
Mm.
but that they looked at the footage afterwards and it was a dive. He shouldn't
Yeah.
have gone down. He's only a little fella, but he shouldn't have gone down on that.
Yeah.
But I think we've pretty much sort of touched on it. But then again, like another example, the World Cup, Neymar was dreadful. On that sideline, literally hugging his leg when he was
Yeah.
he was barely touched. And I think
Good
that
couple of roly polies there as well.
I think we need to get rid of those sorts of theatrics. Sort of wanting a player to get booked. I know you want to win, but it's not the right way to go about it.
Yeah.
But I think we've pretty much hit the nail on the head with the diving.
Yeah.
Not really too much more we can talk about without sort of boring people to death. So I
Should we
think
move on?
yeah, we'll move on to Premier League managers. Obviously, starting with Sarri.
Sorry. Yeah.
My pronunciation butchering it then. Sorry. What do you reckon? We'll start with you, Richie.
I think it's not been long enough, has it? To be honest, I know he's had a little bit of money. He's brought in Jorginho. I think he's just a bit stubborn, to be honest, in his way. So I feel he's a good manager. I think he should stay, but maybe he does need to just be a little less stubborn, and maybe the results will pick up. Maybe swapping Jorginho around with Kante, I feel will be a big improvement to the way they're playing. Now he's got Higuain in, who he knows well.
Yeah,
Hopefully they'll start kick-starting and like going again now, which I hope so because I really like him. But yeah,
So I
we'll
think
have to see.
a big problem with Chelsea is, well, any team, they just don't give their managers enough time.
Yeah,
Palace,
How-
my team, prime example, Frank de Boer, 4 games and he's out.
that's
And
disgusting.
Premier League managers just don't get the time that they need anymore,
No,
especially not
it's
to
too
build
much
the teams.
at stake.
Yeah,
Like in the sense that if they do go down, it's so hard to get back up, and the amount of money it costs. I suppose they're not going to take the risk anymore.
plus I don't think Chelsea
So-
fans can just blame Sarri, because it's not Sarri, it's
No
a bigger
way.
picture. Look at their academy, it's wasted. The amount of players that have gone
Yeah.
in and out of that academy, And
Yeah,
you know what are they doing
Salah, De
now?
Bruyne.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. You can't be
players like Van Ginkel.
Hudson-Odoi, who looks like he'd be out.
Yeah,
Like, it's just not
you,
treating him fair. Like he was on the bench the other day. He didn't even come on. I don't think. I think they brought Pedro Willian on, or it was someone like that. And I just don't understand why don't bring him on. Go for it. Like,
and
mm,
I think signings wise, that they've not really been the powerhouse they used to be. You know, when they were bringing these players in, you had
mm,
Makaleli. This was when they were
that's it. If some of
starting to
these
build
signings
up.
aren't working, then why don't they try and push the youth and have a different approach to it?
Exactly. I mean,
Play
look,
more Loftus Cheek. Play
yeah,
more Hudson Odoi. It just you've got some more players as well. You've got Izzy Brown, Casey Palmer out on loan. You've got a few more, a load of players who just must be like, I want to have my chance, but I'm not getting it. And then they're stopping like Hudson Odoi, who moans that he's not had his chance, which is fair enough. And then they stop him from going, saying that he will get his chance, but still looks like he's not going to get a chance.
it's just too much greed, and it doesn't help with obviously Hazard's wanting to move away. He's not really feeling Chelsea anymore. Um,
Mm,
you know, there's just a bigger picture than Sarri, and I think too many fans blame the manager and they don't look at the bigger picture. Whereas Chelsea's
yeah,
just in shambles. It has been since Mourinho.
yeah.
You know, his second spell, it was shambles then. That they've just gotten too greedy. They've got the talent there. They're not using it.
Mm,
And yeah, but I could ramble on all day about Chelsea
yeah.
because it's something it does annoy me. But then, like Ben, you got any thoughts on it or?
Well, um, yeah, they spent 220 million in the last 3 years, so they have been spending money. It's just the players they brought in, like Batshuayi, Bakayoko, Murata, Drinkwater,
Yeah,
Giroud. They've all been good, but they've not been good. What I mean is they're good
they're good
signings, but they've
examples
just
to
not
be
been
fair.
performing. So
And I
Yeah,
think
there's got to be
yeah,
something there. Why
when
those
you
players
can
are not performing?
when you compare them to Man City's incomings, you can see why Chelsea are sixth. You can see
Yeah,
why they're not sort of competing with these bigger teams because they're bringing in players like Drinkwater. They're risks. They've played well in a system, not played so
and they've
well for
Hammers
Chelsea.
Hazard on the way out as well. Who are they going to
yeah.
replace him with?
Yeah,
Problem is, yeah, to
Are they
replace
going
him,
to?
it's gonna cost more than probably what they're selling for. Most
Yeah,
likely
what they
these
spent in the
days.
last 3 years.
Yeah, that's probably why they're waiting for Hudson Odoi. Maybe he'll fill into his shoes, but he can't wait forever.
no,
Yeah,
he's going to want game time. Same with Loftus
Exactly,
Cheek.
he deserves game time. Both of them, they're good enough. They've proven it that they're good enough. Especially Loftus Cheek, where he's gone out on loan at Palace, done it for England as well, quite not well, I thought, and still not getting the sniff.
But I just hope someone comes in and shapes that team up. If Sarri leaves, obviously I want him to stay, but if I was Sarri, I'd be wanting to get out.
I think you should leave. You can't lose 6-0 to your rivals and then, well, Man City, and then,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
there's bigger
it's
problems
ridiculous.
at the club than Sarri, and I think Chelsea
Yeah.
should be addressing them first before thinking
Problem
about
is, this day and
pushing for
age,
top four.
it's all out the manager. Anything going wrong, it's always first hit at the
Yeah,
manager. So I would expect it. I expect him to go over it, and like I don't. He might see out the season, but he probably will go. I don't want him to, but
but it's ruining their
like
image as well. If you
that's the
were a
thing.
player and you were getting signed for big money, and you had a choice of Chelsea, Man City, Man United, you know, you're not going to choose Chelsea. You're going to choose
No,
City or United, aren't you, out of them?
yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's just
And even
unattractive
Liverpool
now.
now.
Yeah, even Liverpool. Yeah, completely forgot about
Liverpool's
them
kind
if
of
I'm
on.
honest. But
mm,
yeah, Liverpool are looking more attractive than Chelsea at the moment to move to.
definitely.
So how are they
Well,
gonna go
especially
forward?
these younger players, if they do decide to sign these youngish players, like maybe in their like mid 20s or younger 20s, um, who come in like Liverpool, play a lot of them. Joe Gomez, for example, a few others are getting that chance and playing. Trent Alexander-Arnold is looking ridiculous, really good,
Yeah,
and he's getting a lot of game time now. So they're thinking if we go there, I might actually get a chance
I think that's
as a
where I
young
can
player.
commend Liverpool. You know, you got Southampton, bringing these youngsters through the ranks. They're not doing so well,
Yeah,
Southampton,
that is
but
one thing. That is one thing they're doing. I think they have learned from previous mistakes of just throwing money at problems. I think some teams are learning now that it's better to
I
give
mean,
these
look at
younger
look at
players a go.
Villa. Look at Villa.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
Jonathan Kocher. Say no more.
Well, look at Sunderland that even hit them harder,
Yeah,
and it's
poor
really
poor old
crippled them even
Grayson.
down at League One with the wages. Yeah. If you haven't seen Sunderland Until I Die, I would check it out. Absolutely amazing.
Shameless plug
But
for a Netflix channel that isn't sponsoring us.
yeah.
But
Should we
yeah,
move on?
yeah. I think what we'll do is we'll talk a bit more about youth next week as well. You
Yeah.
know, really get into the nitty gritty because we've got a lot of talent that we like and we can bring into the conversation. But we'll be here for a couple of hours, so we'll
Yeah,
have a
definitely.
long chat about it next week. But what we'll also bring up is who do you think's going to win the league?
Um.
It's easy. Man City will do me.
Easy. Oh, I don't know.
Ooh.
I couldn't say it as easy. I mean, Liverpool have a
Um.
habit of slipping up, but City obviously they've
Yeah.
played 27 now.
They've
They're
not
even on points.
shown quite, yeah, what they had last year, have they?
No, so
I
I think
feel, but
if Liverpool were going to win the Prem in the next, say, 5 years, it'd be this year. This
yeah,
year is their
definitely got a
year.
good chance. Yeah,
I've
they're
even
playing
seen
well.
Spurs maybe sort of creeping up. They're not too far behind.
And, hopefully
They haven't
Liverpool
got the quality there.
do win the league. I do like a change up, to be honest. It does get a bit
Yeah,
like,
and
especially teams that haven't won it
obviously
for a while.
as soon as City got the money, their fans come out the woodwork.
Hmm.
Tottenham's on the club about 5 points.
They might
Problem with
do.
Tottenham is they've just not really got the depth, have they? Like
Well,
when they look
no,
at their
They only need
bench and
one
stuff,
injury and then they're
like they've
screwed.
now lost Dembele, which they've not replaced as well, which I think is a massive hole. So
yeah.
obviously Harry Winks has come in. He's done the best he can, but I just
He's not
think
a wonder
that's can
kid
only
though, is
take you
he?
so far. Yeah, exactly. I can. Yeah, like Dembele was just a powerhouse. He was just really good. So I don't
One
know.
of the skips coming
Ramiamo to
into the
come
team.
back.
I mean, look at
18.
Kane when he
Oh
is
yeah,
he
yeah,
Kane's still injured, isn't he? Yeah. Um,
yeah.
who have they got
Mm.
else? Vincent
Llorente stepped
Janssen.
it up a little bit, but lack of game time is going to be. Well,
Yeah,
now he's getting a bit of game time. He might find a bit of form, but it's just he's going to struggle for a while, I would imagine. Son coming back was huge for them. He came back a little early, so that was good. And
I think
obviously he's hit the ground running again
we
straight
can
off the
definitely
bat.
write Man United off.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought,
Yeah.
who do you reckon fourth?
Um, Man United for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I can't disagree. I mean, Pogba's coming to his own now as well. Ole Gunnar
Yeah,
Solskjaer.
like they do all look like they're playing for the manager and they're enjoying playing football again. A lot of them,
You know, it's
like
amazing seeing
under
what a
Mourinho.
change.
Yeah,
What a change it was from Mourinho to obviously the first game they had against Bournemouth to now. They've really stepped it up. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is good for them.
yeah. That's obviously we need to talk about. Do we
Yeah.
think he deserves the
Do you
job?
guys think he deserves a long stay there? Do you reckon he should stay there next year
I think you need to
if he
see him
carries
over his
on?
next fixtures. He's got a few harder fixtures coming up, like Chelsea, Liverpool,
Yeah, I think
Palace.
he's only played one really big team at the moment. I
Yeah.
think. And I
He's only
think he
played
did
for
come out
Tottenham.
on top.
It's the
To
only
be
big team
fair.
they played. They won 1-0 against
Yeah,
Tottenham.
exactly. So
Yeah,
The rest
that's
of them, they're
good,
table
but
teams.
we will have to see. But
Yeah.
yeah,
The next like 6 or 7 games will tell.
yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
Wake up and it's a
obviously,
decent fight against them.
it's not been all roses. Obviously, when they lost to sorry, I've lost me thought process in PSG, wasn't it?
yeah. Like I would have liked to have seen them put up a bit more of a fight, especially when they were missing the likes of Neymar. They had a few other injuries as well. I'm not sure if Cavani was out as well. So for me, I feel they could have put up a bit more of a fight there. Like maybe done a bit more there, but I don't know. For me, I feel I think they should try and get Pochettino in for me. I know that'll
Yeah.
be a bit. People won't agree with me, but I think
Do you-
Pochettino with the financial backing at a bigger team, Spurs don't seem to really be spending much money, and they're doing really well. I feel if Pochettino winning the Man United with a bit of money, he could send them to the top.
Yeah. See, Spurs don't spend much. They're very shrewd. Levy is a negotiator. If he can't get a player for how much he wants him
To
for,
be fair, it does
he's not
work
coming
well
in.
for him, but obviously
Yeah.
the fans are just getting a bit impatient, aren't they? So
Problem with fans, they're like
I
me.
don't know.
I like seeing a deadline day deal,
Yeah,
and
and Spurs are
Spurs
being a
rarely
bit
ever get
starved of
one.
that at the moment, aren't they? Yeah,
Nah. So they're
but they
just
must
sitting there.
be. You can't win everywhere, I suppose. Like these players are going out, and then they are giving the opportunity to the younger players, which is good
Yeah.
to see, I suppose. So like you can't have it both ways, I suppose. If they brought the new players in, then younger players wouldn't have had the chance they've had, and a few of them are doing well.
And
So
fans cry for a new signing, but yet moan when the
they
new
want the
signing
youth to
doesn't
have a
live up
chance.
to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, or
mm,
when the youth are getting overshadowed. So you
yeah,
can't win either way as an owner.
yeah, definitely.
I think one fella at Tottenham who's come out of his own is Moussa Sissoko. I mean, you'd laugh at me
Yeah,
if you
he's
said that a year ago.
completely changed player, isn't he?
Yeah, completely.
To be fair, he is filling Dembele's shoes a little bit. To be fair, in the sense he's a powerhouse midfielder, runs with the ball,
Yeah,
and not afraid to do that either.
he's looking
Strong,
confident.
quick. Yeah.
What do you reckon, Ben? You're been a bit quiet. Sorry, we've kind of
Um,
dominated the chat.
well, I think they should definitely keep Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on for another year at least. They
Yeah,
need
That's not a bad shout,
stability.
to be fair.
They're gonna have they're gonna have to do something. They can't keep
Mm.
changing managers all the time.
Have you seen how much they've paid out to former managers? It was released the other day on, I think it was Sky, and they paid out a total of 20 million to their last three managers for sacking them early.
Jesus.
And Mourinho and his staff being over half of that. So
It is
absolutely,
ludicrous.
yeah. So I feel
Definitely
maybe
needs
it is
stability.
right for them to give Solskjaer maybe a 2-year deal, maybe see how he
Yeah,
gets on with an option of extending that deal.
yeah.
Could be, yeah. I don't think they can go wrong, to be honest. Like if they kept him, or did go for looks like the favourite Pochettino. I think either one could do well.
Thing is, I
Probably will
think
do well.
having the players behind you is the key thing. If you
Yeah,
start losing trust to the players, you're gone. They're not going to want to play for you. And you'll have these players like Pogba. You know, he's an influence. And I think that's what sort of ruined Mourinho. So much was going on behind closed doors that
yeah.
it was affecting it on the pitch.
Who do we think is
I
going to
think
go
that's why it's
down?
good having Solskjaer there. We've got like Rashford and Lingard looking up to that
Yeah.
sort of player, rather than
Mm.
like Jose Mourinho or someone like that.
Well, I think obviously Huddersfield are first to go down. I think that's a
Oh, I'm
given
not sure
now.
about that.
I can't see him staying up. I'm hoping Cardiff pull one out and stay up.
Yeah, to be fair, it's just, Warnock, he grows on you.
Yeah,
What a
I'm,
man.
I'm thinking Fulham and obviously Newcastle to go down. Cardiff, I want to stay up. Obviously, they haven't exactly had the best of seasons, and you know, with all things happening and whatnot, I want them to stay up. Newcastle, Southampton. Oh no, Newcastle, Fulham, and Huddersfield are my picks. What about you, Ben?
I'm going to go Huddersfield, Fulham, and Brighton.
Ooh,
Brighton.
gone for one a bit out there. Yeah,
They're dropping. They're dropping. I think the Brighton might get caught up in it. If you
Mm.
look at the last game, they're awful. They're dropping. Lost to Fulham, drew to Watford,
Mm.
lost to Burnley. They're losing against teams that are all around them. They
yeah.
could get caught up.
For me, I feel it's going to be Huddersfield, Burnley, and Southampton. Actually, for me,
Ooh, Burnley.
I think
I
Fulham
know
are going
that's
to
a
get out of
bit.
it.
I just think, yeah, I feel. I feel that Southampton, with experimenting with a lot of this youth, the problem they've done there, in the sense, is like people like Cedric, they've let go. Like Valerie's playing well at
Yeah,
the moment, but like, why let go of such an experienced player like Cedric when he's won the Euros? He's played in that team for a long time. He's a good player, very good player, and then they've just stuck a youth player in and kind of thrown him in the deep end. Like they've not eased in it him in at all. They've just thrown him
No.
in, and it could be their downfall, in my opinion.
Well, it's like Ramsey. I remember Ramsey started against Man City, and
Yeah, and
he was just
that was
everywhere.
to, yeah, to throw him in that game. It's just a bit. I'm not sure that can wreck a player. It's
Yeah,
brave, like it can really knock their confidence. So
I think fair play to playing the youth players, but have a backup.
yeah, yeah,
Have someone else on the bench
ease
ready,
them in.
or yeah,
Like they've not really had a lot of experience before this, and then they've just been thrown in. Like Matt Target, fair enough. Like he's come in, he's doing really well. Obviously, he's a youth player as well. He had his loan out, come back. They just said no, we're not going to sell him, we're going to keep him, and he's gone into the team. And he's playing really well. But so it could work for him, but I think it's risky not signing anyone in their position. To be
yeah.
honest.
I think fair play to them if they can stay up, but I don't know if Fulham have got enough to scrape himself out of the barrel.
They've got a lot of players, I feel, which could work. I know, obviously, that doesn't always work well,
No,
but I feel like they can, if they can find that winning combination, they could. With the amount of players like Mitrovic, how many? He's got a lot of goals. He can score goals. Like, not a lot of teams down there have got a striker like Mitrovic who can bang him in.
no,
I feel
but it's
that's
when
why
he
I'm
wants
tipping
to.
them to stay up. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I
But
mean,
well, so I wouldn't say so much as he wants to. I just when he's isolated and his team don't help him out. I feel sometimes.
yeah,
Right. But it's their defence.
8 points behind Cardiff, Fulham are.
Yeah.
A lot
yeah,
of
but
points to make up.
there's a lot of points to
All
drop
right.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on the fixtures
12
as well.
games. Yeah, 12 games left. I think Palace. We're not fully safe, but I think we always manage to get there. Sort
Yeah.
of.
Batshuayi was a good signing to bring in. To be fair, a good
Yeah,
striker.
I think
So
if he can fit into the system,
yeah.
he got assist the other day. If we can fit him into that system, better than we did Benteke, then we're in for a good loan deal there. As long as he doesn't like Remy it and obviously get injured and not appear, because that would be bad.
Yeah. Or an alibi all and just take the money and run.
Yeah, a mercenary.
Hmm.
But did you want to say anything, Ben? We've been talking about Prem teams. How's Eastleigh doing?
Yeah, doing alright. 4 wins in a row. Hopefully a fifth against Salford next week. They're
And
playing well. Bit dodgy at the back, to be honest.
Close to the playoffs, aren't you? As
Yeah.
well. Not
Yeah,
far
joint on
off.
points now.
Just got to keep going.
All 3 teams on 55 points, just outside the playoffs, on goal difference. Hopefully we can get 3 points against Salford and get in there.
That's going to be a
right,
tough game.
weekly running thing we're going to do from now on these. Who's your non-league player of the week, Ben?
It's Paul McCallum. He
Tell
got
us
2
more.
goals today against Braintree. 2
Big
goals
side.
against Braintree.
That's a shock.
Yeah.
It's an Eastleigh player.
Yeah.
Yep.
Last week, 2 goals against Aldershot. He's now up to 19 goals this season.
That's good.
I mean, considering he got pretty much released by Leyton Orient last season,
Yeah.
they obviously got relegated into our league. They obviously never thought much of him, so he's obviously proven them wrong.
Yeah. That's
They
good.
could be doing with him now. He's got a
Yeah.
few games to push that 20 mark. So yeah.
He'll do it. You hope. It would be nice
Yeah.
to see Eastleigh in the Football League.
Hopefully he gets that golden boot.
Right, so are we pretty much done on this then? The non-league player of the week, or you got anything else to add, Ben?
No, that's it.
Kind of cut you off a bit there.
That's right.
Alright, we got a quiz from Jack Ritchie now. Lay it on me. I've
yeah,
not a
I've
clue
just-
what's in this quiz. So if it's bad,
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this.
if it's
I thought
bad,
it'd be quite funny.
blame
to be honest,
Ritchie,
so
because
that's-
me and
yeah.
Ben have no clue what's in it.
It's 5 sections and it's just general knowledge. I thought I'd start off easy, knowing this is our first week, and I feel Ben doesn't know anything, so I thought I'd throw him
He
straight in.
doesn't. Yeah.
It's 1 point per name out of the top 5 you get,
Yep.
and then it's 1 point for the closest number of that like top player. So, for example, if it was appearances,
Yep.
whoever gets the closest would get that 1 point. There.
Ah, I get you. And
So,
me v Ben, yeah.
yeah.
Love a tally.
Yeah, you Ben. The first one is appearances in the Prem.
Yep. But we need
Okay.
quick fire answers because obviously Ben's just going to Google this.
Yeah.
9.
All right, Jay, do you want to go first if you got
Yep,
one?
I'll go first. Oh, what am I making the question or
No, I said you go first. Who's got the most appearances in the Prem?
most
So,
appearances in the Prem? Oh
yeah.
no, this is going to be a tough one.
In the Premier
Is
League.
it?
I would
Yeah,
in the
I don't
Premier
know.
League. I don't know this. I was thinking
There's a
Petr
top
Cech.
5. There's a top 5. So,
Right, we get two answers each. Yeah, let's say that. That's fair.
well, it's a top 5. I'll go. Well, I'll go you, Jay, and then
All
go
right, so
Ben.
we got to work out who the top 5 is. Petr Cech.
No,
Gary Neville.
no. Oh,
Oh no.
shocking.
Thierry Henry.
No,
Blimey.
he was close actually. I think he was 6th or 7th.
Paul Scholes.
No.
Ryan Giggs.
Yeah, Jay's got a point.
Ideal.
Well done. Go on, Ben.
Um,
Pressure's on you.
Oh, I can't think now. Terry.
No,
Oh, Edwin van der Sar.
no.
Oh my God, no.
I'll give you one go
Lampard.
each net. There you go. Ben's got one.
Yes.
So
Who'd he say?
you've got one guess more each because this is taking forever and it's shocking to be honest.
Who did he say?
He said Frank Lampard.
Frank Lampard, right. Steven Gerrard.
He's going to give that.
Nope.
What?
Alright, so no one's got the top one, but I'll
get
give you
another
another
guess?
chance. Yeah, you get one more guess, Ben, and then we'll do who you think it'd be by appearances. Who's the top with whoever gets the closest. But you've got one guess, so just guessing the top 5, Ben.
Patrick Vieira.
No,
Oh,
I'll tell you who they are.
Bergkamp
It's,
maybe?
the other. No, I think he was up there. Gary Speed, David James, and Gareth Barry.
Blimey.
Oh,
Number 1.
James has been around years, hasn't he? Like,
Yeah.
don't know how we didn't think of him.
Especially Barry. I thought you would have got
Yeah.
Barry, to be honest, for me. Now, to guess his appearances, he's at the top. So whoever's the closest will get an extra point.
Who's at the top?
Go. Barry, and I'll start with
Barry.
you, Ben.
well, I'm guessing another one.
No, you're guessing how many appearances Barry's had in the Prem
Oh,
to be
I'm
top.
going to be well off.
Well, if you're the closest, you get a point. So,
Alright, 500.
okay, Jay.
550.
Jay's closest, 653. Barry.
653. Blimey. Lad's been about
I
a bit,
know.
hasn't he?
And then Giggs is 609, so there is a bit of a cap there, to be honest. Okay, I'll do a night for them England fans out there. Most capped players should be able to get these. Like,
Oh
so-
no. I'm
Oh,
I'm not
no.
too great at it.
I'll start with you, Ben, then, because Jay started the last one.
Shearer.
No.
John Terry.
No.
Oh no.
Gary Neville.
No.
Frank
This is
Lampard.
embarrassing, guys. No. You guys are showing yourself off,
Owen.
especially in this one.
Michael Owen. That's
No.
one. Don't tell me so.
Gordon Banks.
No.
Oh.
I can't go back that far.
You don't need to go that far for all of them.
No.
I'll give you a little clue there, because this is getting
Wayne
embarrassing.
Rooney.
Finally! Jesus Christ!
my God,
What is
how?
wrong with you guys?
How did we not get him?
He was young, wasn't he? He was young when he started.
Who else? Peter Shilton.
Okay, just having a little Google.
No,
Jay,
I'm not.
you got the top one.
Peter
Well
Shilton,
done.
get in there.
Yeah.
Definitely Googled it.
No, I remembered him off the Men in Blazers, mate.
Go on, then, Ben.
Sol Campbell.
No. Jay.
Rio Ferdinand.
No. You can have one go each, and then we'll guess how many caps. So, Ben, one more. We've got 3.
Owen Hargreaves.
Owen Hargreaves. What the
He
fuck?
barely appeared. He barely appeared at
Oh
Bayern
my
Munich, let alone
God.
England.
Owen Hargreaves is a
He was
legend.
bloody injury prone all the time.
He's
What
a
is that
legend.
about? What? So, makes me say
Owen
Jermaine
Hargreaves.
Genius or Danny Murphy or something. It's terrible. Go on, Jay. I don't even believe he said that. That's shocking. Go on.
This is more because I
You'll be
like the
kicking
player, and
yourself.
I like to think that he's had quite a few England appearances. Ashley
Go
Cole.
on. No, not Ashley Cole.
Oh,
Owen Hargreaves.
Okay, I'll tell you the players. Bobby Moore,
oh.
and then these two, I just don't even know how you've not. David Beckham, for crying out loud.
It's easy for you
Steven
to say.
Gerrard.
Oh,
Yeah, but
I said Gerrard.
no, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
You said Gerrard.
You said Gerrard on the last one.
Oh, bugger.
Yeah, honestly, because I remember you said Gerrard on the last one. But
Yeah.
Lampard or Gerrard went in the last one, but yeah, Gerrard was in this one.
All right.
Okay, how many, to guess, how many caps Peter Shilton has?
But
Start
Jay
with you,
first.
Jay. Yeah.
130.
Go on,
Nah, it's
Ben.
going 200.
Jay, you're correct.
Caps.
Jay, you're correct again.
Oh,
What?
125.
What was it on?
Really good. 125. You guess 130. That's quality, to be fair.
Oh,
Ben, he is having you here. 4-2 at the moment. Jay's winning. So now we're going to go on to. We've got 3
Like how
more.
friendly as well.
No, I don't think so. No. No, because do you get a cap for friendlies? I don't think you do you? No,
no,
because you can
yeah, you
change
get a
now.
cap for friendlies.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, most assists.
Ooh, for 04, like the Prem.
The Prem. Yeah.
This is going to be hard.
Start with you, Jay.
I'm going to go from appearances, maybe Giggs.
Yeah, number 1.
I do.
Point for you.
Oh, for God's sake. Beckham.
Nope. What
Well,
about you, Jay?
Omri used to score a lot of goals, so Bergkamp.
Yeah, Bergkamp.
I was
I
just
do.
thinking Bergkamp.
He's running away with this, man.
Patrick Vieira.
No.
Frank Lampard.
Jay, again. Another one. Two
I'm
more.
nailing it.
You
I
can
know- I
have
know
this
the other
one,
two, I
Ben, and then
think.
we'll do one more lot, because there's 2 more to guess now. So, go on, Ben.
Marion Pars.
You're having a laugh, aren't you?
Him and James
What
Beattie,
is-
great stroke partnership.
Oh my god.
Oh, you might as well whack Brett Ormwood up there with him.
Alright, this is the last go, Jay, Martin and Ben. Who do you wanna go, Jay?
Gerrard.
No.
Oh.
Ben?
Ashley Cole.
No. He's a left
Why?
back!
Yeah, get down the left, swing a ball in.
Why Ashley
Yeah,
Cole?
but I just...
Nicholas
Why didn't you
Nelson.
say
why not say at
Scholes?
least, at least say John Onorisa or someone who did get up there with more assists. So, like, I don't know. I think,
Oh, he did. He took
yeah,
free kicks, didn't
yeah, and stuff. It just, yeah, he was a bit more forward, wasn't he? Okay, the 2 you missed out were Fabregas and Rooney. So I just don't know
Oh,
Rooney.
yeah.
You've got to be throwing up something at that, Ben, surely. Fabregas
he?
and Rooney.
Mine.
Alright,
It's hard. I'm under pressure.
okay, do you want to guess the most assists? We'll start with you, Ben.
Most assists. And
Yeah, how many?
how many assists?
Yeah, with like nearest 2. You can't
Giggs,
lose 3 out of
obviously.
3.
How many
can you?
gigs has had?
Yeah.
250.
How many gigs? How many have you said?
250.
250. Alright, Jay, you?
144.
44. Jay's won again, 116. Ben,
Ideal.
honestly, Jay's winning at the moment 8-2 with 2 segments left.
Domination, mate.
This one's quite a fun one. This one's a bit more from.
I've got
What?
a chance. We do a double.
Yeah, alright, we'll do a doubler for the red cards because that's the last segment, but that's because I'll put that more in for Jay because I know he likes a good red card. So,
Yeah.
alright, this one's for me in the sense it's clean sheets, which
Oh,
I think
no.
could be a bit easier, I feel, but start with whoever wants to start on this one.
I'll start.
Me.
Oh, Ben.
Oh.
Yeah, go on.
Pet check.
I was about to say him,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Number 1, pet check, yeah, Ben. I should have let Ben start, he's struggling, so.
Edwin van der Sar.
No.
Oh my god.
Jay? Ben, sorry.
Tim Howard.
Yeah, Ben.
Come
well
on,
done.
bring it back. Get out the onion bag.
Jens Lehmann.
No, I love Lehman, but no, he's not on there.
Anthony Amy.
No.
Goalkeepers. Who's been there a while? David Seaman.
No.
David James.
Everyone loves a good Seaman.
No.
Blimey. Who's been in the sticks? Spurs keepers, you've had Lloris. Bugger.
We'll do one more lot after this. Cause
I'll just go for Lloris, yeah.
No, not Lloris, no.
Oh, I know.
I can't think who. Any goalkeepers right now. Rob Green.
No, he's not on there.
Okay.
Fabian
Alright, this is
Barthez.
last- No. Alright, that's the last lot. And the ones you were missing out were Joe Hart, Rayner, and De Gea.
Blimey, how do we not get them?
And do you want to guess the amount of clean sheets? Start with you, Ben, because Jay's won at every one. So,
150.
alright. You, Jay?
87.
That's a close one. It's 167, so that'd be Jay who's the closest.
Wait, wow.
Would it? No, it wouldn't.
No.
No, it
Oh, I
wouldn't.
said 150.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it'd be-
Ben wins
Ben's
it.
one, sorry.
Just,
yeah, well done,
yeah.
Ben.
It's rigged.
Yeah, well done. That was a close one.
I'll back him in.
Ben, he's pulled it back. It's only 8-5 now, so
Ooh.
definitely. And if you guess, I'll do this one. I'm not going to do a double pointer now. It's closer because it's quite tricky. This one, in the sense that the first person who's at the top is actually joint top. So it's
Joint
the top
top.
3. Yeah, like the
Red
first
cards,
3 are
yeah.
all on the same.
Right.
Yeah, red cards. But I'll start with you, Jay.
Joey Barton.
No,
Oh.
Gary
it's a
Neville.
good one. Mate. No,
Red cards. John Terry.
no.
Oh, what's that mate's name? I'm just gonna go Patrick Vieira.
Yes, Ben. He's
Oh,
actually
I know
top
mine.
3.
I can't remember his name.
Alright.
Trying to think. Wayne Rooney.
No.
The one time I spring his name in, and it's nowhere.
Yeah.
Sol Campbell.
No. I like that guess though, Ben.
Thanks.
William Gallas.
No, but that's a bloody good guess. No, it's not.
I can't think. My mind's gone
I'll
blank.
give you a guess. One of them's still playing out of the 4
Still
left.
playing now.
Yeah, one of them is still playing.
Oh, I can't think of anyone who's playing. So Rio Ferdinand,
No.
Gareth Barry.
No. That's a good guess
James
though.
Milner.
No. One more
Oh,
go
one
after
more
Jay's
guess
go.
each. Yeah.
Each.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got this one and then one more after.
Who gets a lot of cards?
Oh, I've got one. It's gonna be
Jesus.
miles off now.
I can't think of any players anymore.
Hmm.
Freddie Lundberg.
No.
No.
Right, Ben.
Jamie O'Hara.
No, that's not a bad go though, I'll give you that.
I thought he's still playing.
Jay?
Oh, have I got one more? I couldn't tell you. I don't know, Jeff. I really don't know. I can't think of
You
players
pretty
now.
much won anyway, so you don't have to give a go if you don't want it.
Alright, you know.
Sorry, mate.
Cesc Fabregas.
He's run the game down.
Nah.
Sammy Hippier.
Duncan Ferguson, Richard Dunn, Roy Keane, Lee Catmull.
Lee Catmull. How's he
Yeah, that
creeped
was the
up?
one who. Yeah, that's the one who's still playing. He loves a good red card, Lee Catmull.
Should have said Roy King.
The ones who are at the top, who are
must-
joint. Do you want to have a guess who it was? Just a quick guess.
Yeah.
How many?
One, two
who
players
wants
at
to
the
go
top,
first?
join the top.
3 players, yeah, who are joint.
Roy King. It's got to be right up there.
Yeah, joint with how many then?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
How many red cards over their career?
Yeah, in the Prem.
Which would be quite a few seasons. 30 odd? I don't know. Yeah.
Alright.
I'll go for
Go on.
12.
Jay's right again.
Really?
8.
8?
Think about
Is
it,
that
Ben.
all?
You would
If they were each getting,
yeah, I know.
8?
if they were
you
each
would
getting
think it'd be
30
more,
red
wouldn't you?
cards, though, if they were getting 30
Yeah.
red cards, then they wouldn't be playing much football.
Over the span of their career?
Yeah, but that's only a couple
8
hundred
red
games.
cards? That's nothing.
If
It's
you had
only like, it's
30,
only like a 10-year
right.
career, Ben. 10, 15-year career.
A red card a year? Oh yeah, I suppose there would be like 3 or 4 red cards a year then, wouldn't it?
You Wally.
Yeah, we
So Jay is 9-5. So Jay, well
Ideal.
you've shown Ben right up there. So,
Oh,
sorry Ben.
I'm the Ball Talk
Yep.
quiz champion this week.
next time I'll do a quiz like you.
No, Richie does the quizzes, mate. You just sit there
And
and do your
Yeah,
thing.
look dumb.
Yeah.
Right.
You're just here, Ben, because we couldn't get anyone else in.
Gus not available, sorry.
But yeah, now we've done the quiz. We'll get back into talking about some of the nitty gritty topics in football. Obviously, that have happened fairly recently, and some just sort of oversights of football. Obviously, we're going to touch on wages. Sol Campbell, how he can't take his kids to the Macclesfield games, which is quite saddening. Obviously, the Bielsa Spygate.
Yeah.
And obviously footballers' wages, whether we think they're earning too much. We've also got a few cheeky predictions in for you as well. And our January signing of the window, who we think's going to do well, or who we like to see move. So let's get cracking on Spygate. Obviously, bit backstory. Bielsa's been sending people to sort of scout other teams while they've been training, scouting the tactics and whatnot, and his defence was it is the etiquette of obviously the countries he's managed in, that you do go out and do it, and it's perfectly fine, it's not against any rules. And what do you guys think?
I don't think he shouldn't just presume that he can do that, if you know what I mean, in the sense that like he's in a different league, different country. He shouldn't just be doing that. If he thinks that's right to do in a new country where he's playing, then yeah, I don't agree with that. But what do you think, Ben?
Go on, Ben.
Well, I think if it's that easy to go and spy another club training, then they should make it harder for people to You know what I mean?
To be fair, that is worrying that it took about half a season to actually catch him doing
Yeah.
that. That is a
Yeah.
worrying.
That's terrible.
Frank Lampard walking around just now. Who's that in the bushes?
He was fuming. He actually said,
Yeah.
if I was to go to another country, I wouldn't bring the English etiquette over to that country. He would abide to, obviously, that country's etiquette, and
Yeah,
he's
he
got a
would have been
point.
told the rules when he came in.
Yeah, he's got a fair
And
point.
so, for the FA or whoever is dealing with it, it'd be some part of the FA to still not come to a conclusion on what is going to happen, like the punishment, etc. Is shocking. How long ago it was? Why has this not been resolved? Like,
Yeah,
it's not right.
I mean,
It's
how
just
many
another
teams
letdown from the FA.
how many
Again,
teams have lost
yeah,
points because of this?
exactly.
And Leeds are
Something
probably
needs
going
to
to
be
go
done
on.
about it.
They're probably going to go on and get promoted now. But a
Yeah,
bit of that's down to dodgy, bit of dodginess.
yeah, something needs to be done about it. I feel.
What about you, Ben? Yeah, anything else to add to it, or?
Not really. Definitely something needs to be done about it. But at the end of the day, it's not going to win you games. It will win you some games, get you some points, but it's not going to,
I think
boost him that much.
it gives you the advantage, doesn't it? I would say.
Definitely gives you a advantage, but then so does like doing your research on different clubs, watching.
Yeah,
You watch them play every week, so obviously there's someone watching them.
there's not
So,
too much difference, you say.
Yeah,
There.
but these teams feel like they're safe in training and etc. in their own. It's in their own ground. They're trespassing these people onto these training grounds without permission. So that is against the law.
Yeah,
So first case that I don't know. I think he did get arrested in the end, so that was right. But obviously he has broken a law just there on its own. Don't matter if it's football, whatever. Like if anyone else did that, there would be a punishment. So
yeah. I think it's something that needs to change. But what do you think should happen? Should they get deducted a few points for it? Should they just get a fine, or?
deducted and fine for me.
Yeah,
yeah, I don't think a
It's
fine
just-
on its own will do anything.
Yeah,
Definitely needs
sitting
to be
the
better.
FA this long to sort it out, it's probably cost them quite a bit. So get their money back from them.
yeah. I think it's bad press as well. It's really
Yeah,
bad
it don't
press.
look good. Don't look good on Leeds, does it? To be honest, but never does.
I think we've pretty much hit the nail on the head with that. So
Yeah,
we'll move on to how we think Lampard and Gerrard are doing in their respective roles.
and Sol Campbell
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about him
and
first
Scholesy.
because
Yeah,
we'll leave Scholesy out of it.
Let's go standard.
yeah. He only started the other
He
day.
gets too much limelight. Sol Campbell, I heard that he doesn't want to take his kids to the game because of the abuse. Obviously, with him managing Macclesfield.
That's not. Yeah, that's not right.
And I
Anyone should
think
be able to go to a football match, not being afraid by abuse.
And I think, do you think a bit of that is because he's black, or
You like to hope it's not, but it could be. Some of it could be, or it could just be. I don't know. It could be just the general abuse going towards Sol Campbell's way, which isn't
yeah?
like really either.
Because I
Which
know
I
some
reckon
of the
it is.
abuse was homophobic as well, and Sol
Yeah.
Campbell, he's got kids.
Mm. I
I'll
don't
sort
understand
of,
it. He's doing quite well, I think.
yeah,
So for him to just because he's come out with his opinion on himself, like obviously I suppose he's going to get some criticism for that, but it doesn't mean he should be getting the abuse that much that he's afraid to take his kids to football matches to go and see him.
How old is this kid?
Probably quite young, I would imagine.
yeah. And I don't think the abuse is
Only been taken
mainly
into
from
consideration.
Macclesfield fans. I think a lot of it's the opposing teams. But to be that scared that you don't want to bring your kids to your team's games, something needs to be done about that. And I think there isn't enough policing of it in the lower leagues, League One and League Two, because
Oh yeah, definitely.
you can't police it
Yeah.
unless you're wanting to fork out a lot of money, which I don't think the Football League are going to want to do because they do have quite a few outcomings already. Yeah, they get a lot in, but it's just another expense.
Yeah.
But we'll move on to Lampard and Gerrard now, and how well Lampard is doing at Derby. They're just off a playoff spot, edging off it,
Yeah,
and to be fair, they've done all right this season. Lampard's come in,
yeah.
he's told the team what he's wanted. He's brought in Ashley Cole now, who obviously scored earlier. And what's your thoughts on Derby?
Um, I feel it's not an easy job considering the amount of managers have gone in and failed to take them up with quite a lot of money. I don't think Lampard's had that much, and he's gone in with like a fresh approach with youth attacking football, which is looks like hopefully it will work for him and get him up. To be honest,
Yeah,
you would love to see him succeed because hopefully one day he could become future England manager. Him or Gerrard or Scholes, whoever, like any of these ex-pros, it would be really good for them to become England manager in the future. So,
and I
can only
think
hope for him to do well.
the Champs are really, really competitive league as
Yeah,
well.
it's a tough league for him to go in and be doing so well. Like, he's just off. He's just got to keep pushing.
I mean, to be edging for promotion, first season in for Lampard, you know, you can't turn your nose up at that. He's got to be. He's doing
Exactly.
well.
They've
What
got to
about
be
you?
patient. With Lampard coming in, it's going to take a few years. I feel. Give him a
Yeah.
couple of years.
What about
Whatever
you, Ben?
happens.
Well, I think they've both been given an easy ride of it, to be quite honest.
Ooh.
Oh,
First
that's
job,
different.
Derby and Rangers. Second biggest job in
Yeah.
Scotland. One of the
No, don't get
biggest
me
in the
wrong.
Championship.
Yeah, they're not bad jobs. To me, yeah, they are good jobs, but they're not easy jobs.
No, definitely not easy.
No, I mean to be fair to Gerrard, he's playing second fiddle to Celtic all season,
Yeah, that's.
but he
Mm,
is up there with them, a couple of points shy
yeah,
of them. You know, he's doing the job that Rangers have brought him in to do. They want at least second. Obviously, ideally, Rangers fans want first, but finishing second with Rangers, that's a good feat.
yeah. Push on next season. So like
You
he's
know,
only he's not been there that long, and
considering the
like he
club's
has got
history, they've not got the
he has got
biggest
a
amount of
few
money.
issues to solve. Have
Exactly.
you seen how many red cards they've had this year?
He's got to
Their
get the
So
striker,
when
team.
you
the one
think
who's
he's taking
got,
that job?
I think their striker's got 21. He's got 21 goals. He's got they've got 4 or 5 already this season. Got
Yeah,
one just gone. As the last game. So he's got a real red card issue at the moment. Like, every time I look at a Rangers game, obviously they've got a red card most of the time it feels. So he's really got to sort that out, whatever's going on there.
I think it shows lack of discipline, really.
Yeah, so hopefully Gerard will sort them out. Yeah,
I mean, that
because that could cost them
Alfredo,
at the end of the season.
Alfredo
Yeah,
Morelos, he's leading the table for red cards in
yeah.
the Scottish Prem.
Mm. But then what is he leading the table for goal scorer as well? So it's
Yeah,
difficult. You don't want to drop him because of it, but you feel like you should. But yeah, you can't because he's doing so well.
but when a player does that, he's kind of. It's the fact, do I discipline him and him not be banging the goals in for me because he's unhappy that I've given him a collar in? Or do I just go out, Neil Warnock it, give him an absolute drumming, and then he
That might be
respects
what
me
they need
enough?
because I
Yeah,
think it has been going on for a little while now.
no, maybe he'll
So,
respect him enough to, play well and still
but
score
then they
after
should
giving him a
respect him
go.
enough because what he's done for England
Yeah,
and just general football in this country.
yeah,
So
he's a key point in the last 10 years. Him and Lampard,
yeah,
which is obviously why we're covering him now. But yeah, I think they're both doing all right. I think give him another
yeah,
season, Gerrard may well be challenging for that Scottish Prem, and Lampard might be in the in the Prem. I'm hoping. Be nice to see him in
yeah.
there
Hopefully,
because these are the next generation of managers. But I think we've covered enough on Lamps, Gerrard, and Campbell.
yeah.
Obviously, I will stress it's not all Macclesfield fans. It's mostly the opposing teams.
Mm.
It's just chanting in football. But we'll move on because we can get right into that. Next thing, footballers' wages. Obviously,
Yeah.
you guys have probably seen in the news recently, Aaron Ramsey is getting 400k a week. Uh, for
Absolutely outrageous. I don't think he justifies that much for what. I don't feel he's done enough to justify that. Sorry.
nah, I don't think he has. But then again, do most footballers justify how much they get paid?
Yeah, I can see your point to be honest, but for
Because
him,
it's like when Tevez sat in China. What was he on? Something like
Yeah.
320 odd k a week, just sitting pretty,
Outrageous.
doing not really much.
No. There's big enough divide as it
mm,
is already with footballers, let alone give them even more money.
Yeah,
the
and I
problem
mean,
is the money is in football. So I suppose if the money is there to pay him that,
why
then
not?
they want to get the best players at their teams, and they're getting that sort of money. Then
And
yeah,
But
I
then if
think
there's that
it's a
much money there, then start
it's,
taking money off season tickets because it's getting outrageous. Definitely for Premier League clubs and Championship
yeah,
clubs.
they
oh
could
yeah,
do they do need to do more rewards and stuff. Well, that's what I'm quite happy about supporting my club, and I suppose like you would Ben, and suppose Palace as well, is the fact that they don't charge ridiculous prices. They free season tickets. Like when we went up, our season ticket was £200. If you've been a season ticket holder for 5 years, or just a general public, 250 quid to watch a team in the Premier League every home game, it's just ridiculous. It's such good value for money. That would
yeah.
be less than a tenner a game, I would imagine. No, it would probably be just over that to watch your team play in the Premier League.
Well, obviously
So,
I'm.
and even, sorry, go
Oh,
on.
sorry. I was just going to say I'm residing in Plymouth now. I've been to see him once. Yeah, I was 20.
Fun.
20 I had to think then. I couldn't think. I went to see him against Mansfield, and £22 a ticket. Can't go wrong. You know, you go out.
That's quite a lot actually. Like just like if you know what I mean, just compared to
Yeah,
yeah, it's not bad, but like
considering. But
yeah, like
Palace, it's 42 quid. 42 quid.
yeah, that
That's
is quite a
ridiculous.
lot actually for Palace. I didn't realise it was that much. Yeah, because ours is 30 caps. Like
Yeah,
that's the most I ever pay, even away. It's only over 30 quid. Then when we're in the champ, we're paying 20 on average,
but
or
then like
less sometimes.
Roots Hall was like what 18 quid, and Eastleigh, I can't remember how much we paid. Was that like 8 quid or something like that, Ben?
No, it's more than that. It's about 15.
Oh, we
That is
can't go
quite a
wrong.
lot.
You
We did
save
have a
money
good
because
day
you're
out.
on
We
early, so it's
did have
Yeah,
a
12
good
quid.
day
I
out.
suppose
Yeah,
it's not too bad. It's just quite a lot compared to like if they were higher up in the leagues for value for money. But like
But then clubs
that's a
can't
lot
keep
better. Yeah,
going about
like
charging
I
these
can
prices.
understand why the lower league teams like Eastleigh are charging that much. Like in the sense that obviously they need the money more. They not won't be bringing in as much money. So it is. I do understand that. To be fair.
And the money is affecting grassroots football.
yeah.
That's
I
probably
think
where
Yeah.
it's hitting it the most.
the problem is again wages. You've got players like Reeder Johnson sucking up that wage bill, where
Yeah,
youngsters could be slotting into the squad, getting paid less and doing a better job.
that's true.
You
And
know,
that's probably what's going to happen next season.
there's too many mercenaries after wages in football, and I get it. It's a business at the end of the day. No matter what anyone says, football is a business. But when you've got players like Ramsey, like Tevez, who are just going to sit there and suck up money like it's no one's business, that's when it annoys me. I think we need to be
That's
having salary caps and transfer fee caps.
not. It's not a bad show. Bring everything down, won't it? The value of
Yeah,
players and just the value in general. Because when will it stop? To be fair.
yeah.
What, the talks of Salah going for 180 million and stuff. I know it's rumours, but obviously Neymar went for what was it? How much I can't remember,
He went for what
but
was it? Loads. And Mbappe.
200 mil. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
Mbappe was like 120 mil fee or something like that, like a year after. It
it was
was
more than
ridiculous
that. I
money.
think. I think it was
160?
160, 180.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was in that area. So,
ridiculous
and
money.
he's only what 19, 20. So,
Another Andrei Shevchenko? Or. No, I think he'll do well, but he's another mercenary. And I do get it's a
it's
business.
not his fault to be fair. If he's going to get offered that sort of money, like, well, I
Yeah,
suppose his wages are different. But
you're
like,
going to take it.
yeah, like exactly. Like if a club gets offered that, they are going to take it. It's not their fault, I suppose. It's just what football's come to now, which is a shame, I suppose.
Yeah, but it's going to keep happening until financial fair play cripples clubs that do this,
Yeah.
because they're going to clamp down on them eventually. It's just a when. But I don't think we've really got too much more to talk about, really, of the footballers' wages. I think we've covered them pretty
Probably
well.
just our
Obviously,
transfers of January. I think
yeah.
they player we feel will do well for each of us. I
So
think it's
what
just
we got now, yeah. Obviously, the January window was quiet. Not gonna lie, it was drab. We didn't have too many
yeah.
deals going on. Even deadline
No.
day, your biggest deal was, well, my favourite deal was Peter Crouch going to Burnley and Vokes going the other way. Obviously, Crouch is a Premier League journeyman, and in such a barren window, I've got no other choice than to choose him, just for the sheer fact I like him. I reckon he's gonna bag one or two in. He
Yeah,
is one of those players.
that might be all they need to
Yeah,
stay up.
that's all you do. Well,
So
4 goals.
he's a
That's what.
handful. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 goals. That's 12 points. He could get them if it's 1-0ers. And he is
Yeah.
one
If
of
he
those
comes on late,
players.
yeah, you
Yeah,
don't want to be defending against him, do you?
no, he's a physical
So,
presence. So that's my pick for January. What about you two? I'll start with you, Ben.
So mine is Jonathan Williams. Has gone to Charlton
Johnny
from Crystal
Williams. Yeah.
Palace. 25 years old. I think if he can stay fit, he can be really good and help Charlton, push to playoffs.
He's a workhorse. Yeah, he is really good in midfield. I can agree with that. And Sunderland
He's
need a
got a lot
player
of
like that.
proof, but as long as he's
just
willing
some
to learn,
injuries. If he can stay fit, then yeah,
Yeah,
he can do well. I suppose that's probably the only way they've managed to pick him up. To be fair, if he stayed fit more, he probably would be playing at a better team.
yeah,
yeah, definitely.
So I think yeah, it probably is worth the risk. So mine is actually going to be Nathaniel Klein to Bournemouth on loan,
Ooh, interesting.
which yeah, I feel Bournemouth adding that because they only really had Adam Smith. Mings has gone to Villa, who can
Yeah,
also play there, I feel. But and then they had really what Francis, who's a bit of a centre back slash right back. But I feel like Klein's a real step up for them. He's come back to fitness, but he's playing well. I'm not sure why Liverpool let him go when they've got real defensive issues now because of Trent Alexander-Arnold being out.
yeah,
And so like, I think Joe Gomez has been out as well. So they kind of shot themselves in the foot a bit. But it's a really good ad. For Bournemouth, as they push to try and squeeze like as far up the top half of the table as they can. So
yeah.
yeah,
Oh, that's not a bad pick at all. I mean, I felt bad for Cardiff when obviously Klein was being touted to Cardiff, and then
yeah,
Bournemouth suddenly hijacked the deal. But I think it's
yeah,
definitely a good signing,
yeah. It would
and
have been for either club to be fair, more
it's what you
Cardiff
need in your
probably.
Prem.
But,
You need depth, don't you?
yeah, someone who's played a lot of games in the Prem for
Yeah.
obviously Klein's played for the likes of Palace, Southampton. I think he played for Palace in the Prem, did he? I'm not sure.
No, he played for us in the Champ,
No.
and then he got bought then because
But he played a lot of games for Southampton.
yeah,
Played a lot of games for Liverpool. So yeah,
yeah. So I think that pretty much wraps up today then, guys. I think we've touched quite a few subjects, and we'll be back again next week. I can't be 100% on the time slot we'll be on or when it'll be uploaded, but we will be back. So I'll let you two say your goodbyes.
yeah. See you later.
Yep, cheers for having me on.
Oh, just making sure you're still awake, Ben. But nah, cheers, guys. Any feedback is welcome, whether it's slagging us off or praising. I forgot the word then, it rarely happens, but yeah, if you want to slag us off, do it in the comments. If you want to dislike, give it a dislike. If you want to give it a like and you've enjoyed the chat, give us a like and some nice feedback. It's all appreciated and welcome. Nice one. Cheers.